Southwest will suffer if the Igbo relocate their businesses back to the East. There is no gainsaying the fact that the Igbo are the most productive and business-oriented tribe in Nigeria. When it comes to business, they are everywhere in Nigeria. The Igbo are known for their doggedness and tactfulness when it comes to trade. In Lagos alone, the Igbo controls majority of the businesses from automobile to mobile, communication, travel, banking, fashion, and electronics. This article is written by Busayo Omo. If planned by some Igbo businessmen and women who met in Lagos to deliberate on the possibility of moving some of their businesses back to the East materializes, the Southwestern may be in for trouble. The southwestern part of Nigeria, comprising of Lagos, Oyo, Ondo, Ekiti, Osun, and Ogun, are the most vibrant in terms of commerce, especially Lagos, which commands about 35% of the total industry in Nigeria. Most of these businesses are owned by Igbo people, and if they decide to relocate their businesses, the impact will be devastated. So guys, if the Igbo decide to move their businesses back to Nigeria, to their state, do you think the Southwest will be affected? How many Igbo billionaires do you have or do you know in Southwest and their businesses? So guys, that is a question being thrown there, that how many Igbo billionaires do you know in Southwest and their businesses? You know, like what the writer has said, is not really, it's not far-fetched from the truth. But one thing is that everybody has their own peculiarity. It's just that people don't really see it. Just like I always say, that when you talk about the power that the masses have, you know, of course, everything must still go back to politics. It has to be political again, in the sense that when you talk about politics, the politicians and the masses that they are leading, the masses have that power to turn things around. But most of the time, a lot of factors are really, you know, affect them for not being able to do or to turn things around, because a lot of factors that you and I know. And at the end of the day, it now seems as if the people don't really have that power. Because if people come out in their numbers and say, no, tell a particular government that this thing is not going to work, it will go in that direction. But they are the politicians, or the leaders, they know the power that the masses have, and they are trying to bring all manner of things, sentiments. Just like I said, a lot of things are really, you know, factors for people not even knowing their worth. And it's exactly the same thing when you talk about the Igbos, you talk about the Hausas, you talk about other tribes, you talk about, you know, Yorubas. Everybody has his own peculiarities, but people don't just know it. It's just like the same thing that is happening in Nigeria. We have all of those natural resources, human resources, but because we've been able to tap into oil, nobody wants to look elsewhere. You go back to the governors, you go to different states, they don't want to do anything because they know that there's a free money coming, and nobody really wants to take his time to think. I tell you, if things are not working, if you don't have other means, if you don't have alternative, those things that are around you that you think they are nothing, because you don't have alternative, you begin to look into them. But because if you have alternative, you know, you just feel like, okay, you know, it's humanly speaking, it's you know, naturally it happens, you know, within a human circle. Because if you are comfortable, you just feel like there's no need for you to, you know, strive for more. But it's a lot of people, some people go beyond that, irrespective of what they have gotten, irrespective of the alternative they have. But generally speaking, you see that, you know, it happens among people. So even if Igbos, if they live in Lagos, or they live everywhere or anywhere, you will see that when that vacuum is being left, you will see that the people in that area will be able to pick up some things, those things that they've been looking at, they've been downplaying, or they've been, you know, not taking serious. They will begin to take them serious. But the fact that when you talk about the Igbos, that is just it. It's not there's nothing like you know, trying to be diplomatic or try to sugarcoat some things or try to elevate them. That is just the way it is. You can't take it from them. When it comes to that, you can't take it from them. Apart from Lagos, there are some other places that I know that when it comes to, maybe when they are doing some kind of a town hall meeting, or they are doing election, or they are going back to when it is a festive period, You know that Igbos, when it comes to that, they always go back to their villages, their various villages, when it comes to festive periods, most especially Christmas time. You can't take it away from them. You see, they always travel. And once they travel, within that period, in other places in Nigeria, I'm talking for, from a different angle or from another location that I know, and I don't know whether it happens in your area, that I know, once Igbo people are not on ground, or they are doing one thing, or they call themselves, maybe they want to shut down, or they want to have a meeting or something, you will see that the whole place will be dried up, the whole place will be empty. You will just be wondering that what is happening. They will tell you, oh, Igbo people, they are in a meeting, or they've gone for celebration, or they are doing one thing or the other, which they will tell every one of them, everybody must close shop. And once they do that, you will feel the impact. There's no doubt about that. It's not a matter of trying to sugarcoat or trying to, make them feel good or trying to make them feel okay. No, that is just the reality according to what this writer has said. And I know a lot of people can testify to that. So what I'm saying is that every region, every tribe, they have their own peculiarities. Maybe because they have not known it, or they have it in a different form. They have it in different form. And that is why you will see that, these leaders, they always talk about, let us, that there is strength in our togetherness, in our unity, because when different people come together and form, a strong force, they will be able to do better. But it's supposed to be a blessing to us. Even when we talk about one Nigeria, it's supposed to be a blessing, but it has become something else, because some people have hijacked the whole process and using it to their own personal gain, and that is why we are not getting results. Really, when people come with that narratives, there is unity in our strength, in our population, but we are not using it right. And that is why people say, no, if you are doing something for a very long time, over and over again, and you are not getting results, naturally, by default, you are supposed to say, no, let me change tactics. That is the problem we are having in this country. And when people are already shouting, okay, we want to go a separate way, we want to do this, we want to do that, yet those are the things that the government or the leadership supposed to use as, as a yardstick to be able to do the right thing. But we are not seeing all of those things. And the more you talk, the more you complain, the more they keep on doing what they are doing because of their selfish interest. So when they talk about, if Igbos should leave a particular place or whatever, of course, the people might feel it that time. They are so industrious. That's a fact. It's a given. They are industrious. Like other tribes, that they have their own peculiarities. They have areas at which, when it comes to people, when somebody pinpoints that's their own peculiarity, you will like, oh wow, these people are really great. There is nobody that is not special. That is what I know. Nobody that is not special. But you just have to tap into that your specialties and be able to make it and use it judiciously. That is just the way it is. It's not a matter of trying to relegate or look down on other people. We are according to this writer, according to this report, we are talking about the Igbo peculiarities. Like I said, other regions, other tribes, they have their own peculiarities, which you cannot take away from them. When you talk about this Fulani S-men too, it's just that everything has been, everything has been turned upside down. That's why everybody's complaining. When you talk about the cattle rearing of a thing, it's not as if you don't have other tribes who are into it, but what is the percentage of them? But when you talk about cattle rearing, what have you, that is their profession. They are professional in that area. But when you talk of business, when you talk of being industrious, putting one or two things together and make it something, you give it to the Igbos. That's just the way it is. Even the Yorubas, they have their own peculiarity. We have those are the three major tribes we have in Nigeria. All other minority groups, they have their own peculiarity, and so also it is applicable to every individual too. We all have our peculiarity, but if you don't see your worth, or if you have not discovered yourself, it will be very, very difficult for you to know that, you are special. So that is just the way it is. The person who is saying the Igbos are this, are that, good and fine. But I just want to say that the other people, regions, they have their own peculiarities, which they will still tap into, which maybe the Igbos might not even have such a peculiarity in that other people's the other regions, in what they have, in what they carry. So that is just my own opinion. But let's hear what people are saying concerning this article. Someone says, no, oh my God, the Yoruba have business strategy that if allowed to explore, many of our visitors will be given quick notice nobody see beyond the heavenly God. That is what somebody is talking there. And somebody says, now you have graduated from university of a whatever. This person is abusing the writer. There's some things that you don't need to start. You don't need to start abusing people or insulting people. If you feel otherwise, you state your reason. That is just the way it is. Someone said the writer is just trying to stir up controversy. Yorubas, from my perspective, have no problems with Igbos. If we have problems with them, we wouldn't have been able to live peacefully for many years. It is the Igbos who have problems with Yorubas. They feel that we did not support them during the Biafran War. See, somebody is talking about business-wise. Somebody is taking it to another level. And that is the problem we have. The writer never said, whether they're having problems. They're just talking about if they relocate, if they are, they've been telling the Igbos, you go to your home state, go to your this thing, this and this and that. And this word, anybody can stay anywhere. In as much you obey the law of the land, in as much the place is favorable to you, in as much the place is peaceful, and in as much you are contributing your quota, in as much you yourself will be law abiding. I see no reason why it has to be, we have to be whatever. Does it mean even in the southeast, there's nobody there? People are there doing tremendously. They are doing tremendously well. So everybody cannot just be in a place. You can't just say everybody must be. People must go. You can't cage people. When you hear people say, what are they looking for? What are people looking for outside their country? You can't cage people. Like I said, okay, if you are talking about that, then all the embassies that we have in Nigeria, then what are they doing? If they know that, okay, they are island of everything, that they know everything, or they know everything and they have it all, then what are they doing in other countries where they have their embassies? You have a UK embassy in Nigeria, you have a American embassy, you have all other countries' embassy in Nigeria. Then what are they doing there? If really you want to put yourself in a particular place, everybody wants to move with other people. You want to see what is happening. That is just the way it is. Everybody is special. They always talk, Africa is this, Africa is this. All of those developed countries, they have their embassies in Nigeria. Then what are they doing? If they feel that they have it or they know it all, then what are they doing? They don't want to have a business with Nigeria or any African countries. Then what are they doing in those countries? So everybody is special. It is just how you carry yourself, your own charisma, and the way you present yourself. That is what matters. So guys, I wouldn't want to dwell too much. Let's hear your own take concerning this. I have just said my opinion. No need to insult anybody. Just be objective. Just be open-minded and, tell us what you know and let other people learn from you. You don't need to insult anybody. You don't need that. So guys, let's hear your comments down below. Thank you very much. Bye.